started.
All right, Blind Siphon plays d4. Here, let's try. I played a Slav. Let's try knight f6. What the heck? h3. There are all kinds of moves. All kinds of moves. Okay, so now we're playing a
Check.
playing a Nimzo-Indian, a tempo down, or maybe a, what do they call this, a Bogo-Indian when the bishop comes out here before the knight. Usually knight f3 has been played there. Let's see if I can just hold on to that bishop. Get an advanced pawn here. I guess not. Okay, let's take.
Check.
I'll go ahead and play c5. I was debating whether to castle first or play c5, but my king, I don't see any big threats against the king. c5 opens up a square for the knight on c6, where the knight can go there without blocking the c-pawn. If I play knight to c6 now, though, he might push, takes. The knight has to move, and then he can push on again, which would be annoying. So I'm going to play d6. Now knight c6, push, takes is okay because the knight can move and this pawn can't keep coming forward. Although now I'm starting to wish that I had castled, but I guess the knight will go to e7 if he takes with the pawn. He could take with the knight. Is he thinking about it? He can't take with the queen, but he could take with the knight and the pawn. Oh, he wanted to do that first. Well, since the knight is probably going to e7 anyway, why don't I go and play that now? So this will be a Benoni structure after I take. I think it's good for me to take because it protects my d-pawn, which is otherwise backwards and weak. And now, d-pawn supports the c-pawn. Okay, I guess I was attacking his d-pawn, so he defended it with the queen. Puts pressure on my b-pawn. So I wanted to play the move b5 here. Could even think about b5 and c4. That will not work in this case. Let's go ahead and move the knight to a better square. Rook e8 and knight to e5. Here's a plan. He's prevented me from playing. I'm going to still try to play b5. He's got his bishop and his queen on that square. And I didn't see any great way to take advantage of a pin if he were to play. So we got the knight out of the way so he can push f5. Going back to what I was saying, if the bishop weren't there and I just pushed the pawn, he could take with the bishop and I would have a pin. But I don't know if that's so great. I don't have a pawn to attack the bishop there. I could attack it with my bishop, but he could defend with a pawn. So that's all probably okay. So this is all right. I have a lot of space on the queen side. He's delayed his move f4. I wonder if he's going to play that soon. Say knight e5, pawn to f4. Where does the knight go? The knight could go here, but just gets taken. Let's go and play c4. That gives the knight d3 as an option if he doesn't play f4 immediately, if he keeps delaying it. f4 is an interesting move. I mean, I have queen b6, which is this kind of threatening looking diagonal here, but can I really exploit it? I have a light squared bishop, and my knight is not in a position to jump in. But f4, rook e8. Can I maybe get some pressure on this pawn? It's still hard to do. Okay, so he goes for undermining the c pawn. Very logical. I could push on with c3 here. Where's the knight moving to? c3, knight moves. b4, supporting the pawn. Takes, takes. I want to play rook to e8 to e5, but I realized after if I played it right away, he could have just taken the c pawn, so I needed to protect it with b5. So now I play rook e8. That's the idea here. Attacking this pawn, and he can't defend it with the knight anymore. He has to defend it with the pawn or the bishop. So can I do something else to get more active here? Queen. Queen b6 to e3 looks interesting. This knight is still a problem, and how do I get it into the game? And this bishop too. I have bad pieces here. Okay, but check here. If he blocks with the rook, I can take the f-pawn. If he blocks with the queen or the bishop. Hard to say. Is there some kind of sacrificial idea? Oh, knight e5 is now possible, right? Knight e5, that also hits f3. I didn't want to put the queen in first and then be forced with a move like queen e2 to have to deal with that exchange. But if I have queen to e3 and then with the threat on the f-pawn, that's something. Okay, so now maybe I can break with f5. He can't take it, right? Because this discovery on the queen looks kind of dangerous. Oh yeah, it's definitely he can't take it. The knight moves away and the queen is pinned to the king. So now maybe I'm threatening knight takes f3. Knight takes, queen takes, rook here, check. It's two pawns for the piece, and or one pawn for the piece. No, two. Knight takes f3. There's also a check on there's queen to e4 check. There's so many good moves here. Hard to decide. Queen to e4 check, and he can't. Oh, he could block. No, I can't block it as long as the knight is here. So the king has to move again.
Check.
And we'll see where the king goes. Knight f3, queen takes, rook takes, e4, still possible. It should be good. I mean, I can't calculate it out, but I'm thinking maybe I can get my bishop to the square. Rather than take with the rook, maybe I take with the pawn, hitting the queen. I can get bishop to f5 in. Get all my pieces into the attack, if I can. Actually, just rook f8 threatens to win the bishop here, depending on where the queen goes. Yeah, somehow I think black is in trouble here. Yeah, rook f8. He's guarding the f4 square. So rook f8 threatens the bishop. And also rook to f2 check. Rook takes, king takes check, queen takes check. Where does the king go to? He's got to go to the back rank, and he's maybe getting mated here. Well, the bishop is supported there. Oh, but he's left. Oh, okay. Now the knight is guarding. The knight is guarding the critical d2 square. Okay, so bishop f4 then. Taking away, threatening to play the move e3, and taking some more squares away from the king, forcing him to the back row.
Check.
Now what? Now what? So all these squares are covered. I just need something on the back rank to deliver mate, like the queen. How can the queen get to the back rank? Maybe just opening up some files here, like for the rook. So rook f2, other rook to f8. Or pawn to... no, that doesn't work. Okay, so rook to f8, f1. This should be good. Rook to f1, threatening. Rook takes bishop, check. King takes. And then bishop here, check. Attacking the queen. Discovered check on the king. The poor king has no moves. Also, just pushing this pawn from e3 to e2 wins at least the exchange. But I think this is the
check.
More convincing win. Oh! The queen is defending the bishop. I can't believe that. Oh my! I hope I didn't spoil this game. Okay, so I sacked an exchange. What am I down? I'm down a rook. I've got a bishop and a rook, and he's in a queen. He's got two rooks, a knight, and a queen. Okay, but I'm still got a pretty decent attack here. I'm threatening rook to f8 again. His king still has no squares to run to. Yeah, so rook comes back to defend the back rank. Now I was planning to play pawn, rook to f7, hitting this rook, and then is there anything else? Pawn to here is not playable anymore because the bishop is pinned. Okay, rook here. So I'm assuming he has to take. Pawn takes. Then I am threatening. Oh, he lets it go. Okay. I was threatening to advance. Now I'm just threatening check.
White resigns.
Or nearly checkmate. Okay, well, that was an entertaining game. I think I will upload this and do a postmortem and see you guys later. Oh, I wanted to say before I sign off that this is going to be my last game for a while. I'm going to be away from my computer for about a week. So anyway, enjoy this game and the games that I've uploaded, and I will see you again when I get back. Bye.